Hi guys, so today we have a 2020 election prediction between Jeff Merkley, who's the junior senator from Oregon, and Donald Trump, who used to be from New York but currently resides in Washington, D.C. So how this video is going to work, we're going to go through the safest states for either political party, and then we're going to go over and talk about the more interesting battleground states. So Washington, of course, is home state of Oregon. California, Hawaii, all safe for Jeff Merkley. Alaska, Utah, Idaho, Wyoming, Montana, North Dakota, South Dakota, Kansas, Oklahoma, Louisiana, Arkansas, Missouri, Mississippi, Alabama, South Carolina, Tennessee, Kentucky, Indiana, and West Virginia. Most of Nebraska I see being safe for Donald Trump. Illinois, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Connecticut, New Jersey, Delaware, Maryland, the District of Columbia, all safe for Jeff Merkley, along with the states of New York, Vermont, and that first district in the state of Maine. So we start off with 183 electoral votes for Jeff Merkley and 125 for the President of the United States, Donald J. Trump. So some of these more interesting battleground states, I'm going to start off in this area of the country, this kind of southwest area. Then we're going to go over into the south, which would be this area, southeast area. Then we're going to go up into the north with Maine and New Hampshire, and then that will lead us into Pennsylvania and the Rust Belt states, but we're actually going to start off in the 2nd District of Nebraska. I see this one definitely going over towards Donald J. Trump. The Republicans carried this in the congressional election. President Trump carried this in 2016. There's no reason why Nebraska's 2nd District would be able to flip for someone like a Jeff Merkley, likely to go over towards the Republicans. Same thing in Texas. I see Texas being likely to go to the GOP. The only way Democrats are going to be able to have a shot at Texas is with Beto O'Rourke, and even he I wouldn't put as the odds-on favorite to win in that state. So 183 electoral votes for Jeff Merkley, 164 for President Trump. Will continue going towards the southwest. So New Mexico, this one's likely to go to the Democrats. The last time it went Republican is in 2004. That was in the George Bush election, and even he barely carried it. Since then, it has gone in a very Democratic direction. Democrats picked up a governorship in that state. They picked up that 2nd congressional district in New Mexico, in southern New Mexico. And I see Jeff Merkley holding on to that trend. In the state of Colorado, I also see this one likely to go towards the Democrats. No reason why they should not carry this, given that they picked up a governorship there. Sorry, they didn't pick it up, but they held on to a governorship there by 10 points. I believe they picked up a congressional race. They're doing very well in the state of Colorado. It's continuing to trend towards a more blue direction. Next we have the state of Arizona, and this is going to be a hotly contested race. But even though Jeff Merkley won these two states with high Latino populations, I don't see that appeal. Well, I don't see Jeff Merkley winning that kind of vote and getting them out to vote outright. These states will just go Democratic because many people will vote down the ballot Democratic, and I think that would be enough in Colorado and New Mexico. I don't see it being enough in the state of Arizona, and I see President Trump winning that state. It still is quite a red state. Next is the state of Nevada. This is going to be very close, but at the end of the day, given I'm going to continue that blue trend, Nevada goes towards Jeff Merkley with that high Latino population carrying him to victory. Not outright energizing that part of the party, but I still think it would be enough to carry him to victory in the state of Nevada. In the South, I don't see Jeff Merkley performing very well, except for Virginia, which I think Jeff Merkley would carry, given it is kind of an establishment Democratic state, and it's leaning, and Clinton carried it, Obama carried it twice. Virginia has been trending Democratic. Tim Kaine won in a cakewalk against the Republican opponent there in Corey Stewart in the last midterm election. I see Jeff Merkley continuing that trend in Virginia. The same cannot be said for North Carolina and Georgia. Jeff Merkley will not energize the African American base in both of those states, and I see President Trump winning both of these by about 4 points. In fact, I think I could make a pretty good argument as to why Georgia would be likely Republican, which would mean over 5 points, but I'm going to leave it in the leaning column because Stacey Abrams did come very close to winning that governorship in 2018. Next, we have the state of Florida. I also see this one leaning to go to the GOP. Even though Florida felons are now allowed to vote, I don't think it would be enough for Jeff Merkley because I don't see him energizing the Puerto Rican base in that state. I don't see him energizing either the Latino or African American populations in the state of Florida, and President Trump would win in the state of Florida, including in a Democratic wave year. The Republicans picked up a Senate seat. Democrats, I believe, only picked up 1 or 2 House seats, and it's not looking good for Democrats in the state of Florida. And you could make a pretty good argument now that it might not be a swing state and it might be a leaning Republican state. Next, we're going to go up into the Northeast, and then we're going to start off in Maine, New Hampshire, and then lead into the Rust Belt states. So in the state of Maine, I see that 2nd district staying with the president. He won it back in 2016. No reason why the president wouldn't win it again. But Maine at large, I see likely to go over towards Jeff Merkley. It would take a very uniquely bad Democratic candidate to lose that Maine at large district. Someone like an Eric Holder, even Andrew Cuomo, I don't see losing that. Someone like an Eric Holder and Nancy Pelosi, people like that. New Hampshire, I see that one leaning to go towards Jeff Merkley. I think it would be very close, but I see Jeff Merkley winning that one in the end. So now let's go down into the Rust Belt. So in Pennsylvania, not New York, Pennsylvania, I see that one leaning towards going to the president. Now, the president, not really approved of here, but I don't think that Jeff Merkley would do any better than someone like a Clinton would do. In the state of Pennsylvania, I see President Trump winning that state. In Ohio, I see the president likely to carry that state. That puts him over 270, and that effectively re-elects him as President of the United States. Ohio goes to President Trump by more than 5%, just by the same reason as Pennsylvania. Jeff Merkley, not too different from Hillary Clinton, and she did uniquely bad in the Rust Belt. In Michigan, I also see the president carrying this state, and I see Michigan going towards the president. And also in Wisconsin, I see the president carrying the state of Wisconsin. That gives him 300 electoral college votes. A bit of bright news for Jeff Merkley. I see him carrying the state of Minnesota pretty easily. Not really easily, but I would say within 3 points, but not less than 1%. It's just a little bit out of reach for President Trump in the year of 2020. In the state of Iowa, that's going to be a bit closer than Ohio. I'm going to put it in the leaning GOP column just because his approval rating is actually underwater by 10, which definitely shocked me in the latest morning consult polling. That goes into the leaning GOP column. So that's it for today's video, guys. Thank you guys for watching this video. Comment down your suggestions below, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace. Oh, also, sorry, I totally forgot. I have the microphone. I have moved back so that you can't really hear my breath as much, and you can mostly hear me talking. Tell me if this sounds better. So that's it for today's video. 306 for Trump, 232 for Merkley. Same map as 2016. Thanks you guys for watching this video. Comment down suggestions below, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.